What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about what I'm most worried about when it comes to Returnal. And I'm going to say it very early and get it out of the way because I know that a video like this will probably come with dislikes from people that don't actually watch the video. Because if they did watch, they would know, or if you have watched, you would know I am insanely excited for Returnal. It's actually easily one of my most anticipated games of the year. I fully expect to play this and love it. I fully expect to play this and say, yeah, this is a game of the year contender. Those are all things I very much think and I have thought for a very long time. The biggest thing, so I'll say it right now, biggest thing I'm worried about with this game is price. Now, I made a video on my second channel a few weeks back, actually I think maybe in a few months back, and I talked about why is the game so expensive. And again, I mean, it had more positives than negatives, more, up votes than down votes, let's say. But again, I don't think people really understood the point of that. I think, again, they kind of just saw the title and just left what they wanted to leave, which is fine. That's everybody's right. But, I mean, I would appreciate it if you guys hear me out. The game, I believe, and I've always said this, I do think the game is too expensive. Now, I'm not saying $70. Oh, my God, no other game under the sun has ever been $70. No, I mean, I get it. I'm not an idiot. I know the trends of games. Again, like the basic fact is, I'm not saying, oh, games shouldn't be $70 or that's too much. In fact, I've actually agreed with and understood why games had to do the price hike that they've done over the past couple months, right? Everybody's kind of doing it, and the games that aren't is actually, it is awesome. I mean, I like to spend less money. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I'd rather spend less than more, okay? But I understand why it's going to 70, and eventually all games, they're going to take that jump. Games that were 60 will become 70. Games that were 40 have become 50, or they will become 50, right? But my biggest thing with Returnal is this. Again, like, I'm so excited for it. I'm ready for it. They've actually done a reasonable job kind of promoting it. It appears at pretty much every kind of show that you would expect. I didn't even think we would see it at the Future Games show last week, and it was there. It was like, oh, that's kind of odd. It was not really a game that I expected to be there. But I really think Sony is trying to put it in as many places. It's not going to get like massive TV ads, although maybe it will. But it's a game from Housemarque, and I would say it's weird because I want to say it's a smaller game, and I think really you can say that. At the same time, you say, well, it's a smaller game, but it's a full price game. It's a $70 game. And I'm not another way of looking at this. I'm also not saying it doesn't deserve to be $70. That's another. It's a weird thing, right? With like expectations and where you think something should be priced versus where it is. It's odd, and maybe I am slightly, going at it here, so you guys will just have to follow me through. You look at a game like, say, Destruction All-Stars. Destruction All-Stars was going to be a full price game. $70, okay? The Angry Joe thing when he slows down, he says, like, 400 or 4 hours long or whatever. Like, it's that, okay? It's $70, or was going to be. They literally changed it to make it a free game for PlayStation Plus. And then when it will cost money, which is still, I believe it's actually still free until April, right? So actually tomorrow's day, I don't know what day this video goes up, but very soon it's going to not be, free for PlayStation Plus anymore, but it's only going to be $20. So the game went from 70 to 0, and 0 if you have PlayStation Plus, and then really 20 is its worth. 20 is how much they believe it's worth. Now, nobody plays that game. Nobody played it after day one. Literally, and I actually like that game. I'm not saying it because I hate the game. I actually played it for like a full month. After day one, I'd say day 2, 3, 4, the game lost like 80% of its player base, and that was a free game, okay? So for Returnal, it's hard because I will give them, I mean, my wife knows, everybody knows, my bank account will know, I will be giving them $70 on April 30th. I will be playing this game day one. I will have zero problem giving them that money because, number one, I adore Housemarque. There's a couple games in there that that haven't been good, okay? And I do actually want to maybe make a ranking video because I've played the last like 7 or 8 Housemarque games, so I feel like I'm able to talk about these games. I love the majority of them. I think a lot of them are absolutely phenomenal. Some of them aren't, but I'm so proud of them, and I love them so much as a developer, I will give them the money. But that's me. That's Al. I have a YouTube channel, right? I'm going to be making videos on this game. I've been pumped for this game for a long time. The issue is this. Resogun. didn't sell all. I mean, Returnal was a free game, but it wasn't like the biggest game of all time. Next Machina was not a high-selling game. A lot of their games do not sell. In fact, and we've told this story before, they literally stopped doing top-down arcade, like action-y games, and they admitted it. It's because they don't sell. Nobody buys these games, and they have to change them because they're going to go out of business if they don't. And they've said that. Like the president of Housemarque has said that before. So that's something that I can say as many compliments about this game as I want, and that's why that's why I am worried about Returnal, is that I'm pumped for it. I think that it is going to be a very strong game. It's a PS5 exclusive. Oh, by the way, that's another one. While I love that, and if you guys have watched me for a while, you'll know I'm like a petitioner of getting games only on PS5. I think it's very important. So like for Ratchet and Clank, it's great. Demon Souls, these are games that push the console, show you different things that the DualSense can do, or show you different things than the console can do. It definitely has its purpose, okay? But you're already limiting the amount of people that can buy the game because you're only on PS5. So in this case, it may actually be a bad thing for a game like Returnal because you're limiting it for a game that I don't know how many people actually know about it. And then it's a game where normally Housemarque games, I mean, they're normally only like $20-ish. Sometimes they're free. Resogun was free. But like Dead Nation, again, like Next Machine, I think was $20. Even like Helldivers was pretty cheap. These are games that do not cost a lot of money. And now all of a sudden it's a $70 game. Now I get it. It's a bigger game. It's a story experience. It looks a little open worldy. If you watch the last little gameplay presentation they did, looks like you can explore a little bit. Again, I'm not saying any of that's bad. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve this or that. I love it. I love everything that I've seen about this game. I think it could be their best game because it's kind of a mix of all of their best games. To me, it looks like Next Machina. It looks like Resogun. It looks awesome. But I don't know how many people are going to buy it, and that's what makes me the most concerned. This game is a game that I think those who are into it are going to love it. I think we're on like the right side of history. You know what I mean? We can tell this game is going to be special before it's out. And I hope we're right. I guess we're not guaranteed to be right, but I hope we're right. But when the game comes out, if it only sells 500,000, 250,000, like where is that mark? And that's the thing that scares me. Like, did Sony promise Housemarque, like, hey, we get it? Because remember, they're not owned by Sony or anything, so they say, we're going to pay you an enormous sum of money to make this game, and don't worry about how it sells, because we're limiting it to PS5, and we're charging full price for it, $70, which Demon Souls is. There's actually very few other games that are $70, but we're going to charge $70. And again, like, I don't have a problem with games being $70 in general, but a game like this, I don't know. I don't know how much it's going to be worth to other people. So that's the thing. That gets me the most concerned. And again, see, if you just look at the title, you may not understand where I'm coming from. It's not that I'm against $70. It's not that I'm against Returnal. It's just I truly look at this from like a side that I like of good. Like I'm trying to be like I'm trying to boost this game where it's like I love this game. I want people to buy it. I'm worried that people will not buy this game, and I feel like truly the prophet in me, okay, the person who can see the future, as I've done many times. I do think this game is not going to sell very well. I just have a funny feeling. I mean, there's only, 6 million PS5s out there, so the game cannot sell more than 6 million. There's no way, even because again, like you look at the attach rate for consoles, normally it's pretty darn low. So I would be shocked if this sold 1 million, because that means 1 in every 6 people that have the PS5 bought this game. That sounds like not a lot. That is an insane number. If that was the percentage, which actually that's a pretty solid, that's somewhere in like the 13 to 16%. That's actually really good, okay? And that's if it sells 1 million. So if it sells 500,000, 200, 300,000, we'll have to see. I just want them to keep making games. I want them to keep making good games. I don't want these games to not sell well, and they're like, well, we need to make a battle royale, which ironically they are making a multiplayer, I believe, battle royale-ish game that they put on the back burner so they can make Returnal. But that was the last game they were making because they had to fully shift. They had to make a game people would buy, and that sucks because I don't want them following trends. You know what I mean? I don't want Housemarque making a battle royale game because they're like, well, this game does well. These kind of games do well. The other games don't, so we're going to make that. But if you're not cut out to make those kind of games, you're going to probably make a bad one. Or, like, again, I just don't want you following what will, like, keep you on life support. You know what I mean? So it's a tricky situation. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think Returnal will sell well? Do you think it'll do bad? Whether it be because of price or just because of the kind of game it is, that's another thing. The kind of game is not for everybody. So let me know what you guys think. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, hopefully by now we've already hit 2,000, but when I'm recording it, we haven't. So please go follow me over on Twitter. Be the 2001 person, 2002 person. Podcast now 15. Links in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.